Good evening and welcome, everyone. We are here tonight on November 9th, and we are going to be sharing about stress. Anybody stressed? Mom, what do you say if someone's stressed? If they have...
If you have a husband or wife, parents or children, boss, friends, neighbors, or relatives, you know what stress is.
Right? I think a lot of us can relate to that. So we are going to be talking tonight about how to be a calm, peaceful mom or dad in a stress-filled world. And I'm Ashley DeAngelis. We also have Tracy Hain and Hannah Sherapin, who are all here going to be sharing with you a little bit more about what we have to offer. And we're going to talk about stress, what that does to our bodies. Then we're going to talk a little bit about some great healthy ways to reduce the stress. Then we're going to talk about our partner company. And then we're going to talk about some specials and what that means for you. So I just wanted to start out and let you know that we're so excited, and me especially, because for those that you know me, I sometimes have a little bit too much stress, or I bring a little bit too much stress onto my body and in my life. And I swear by a lot of these things and what they've done to help me reduce stress. And I feel very grateful that it has helped all of our family. And one of the really cool things is that we partner with a company called Shackley. And if you aren't familiar with the company, we have been in business for 65 years, and the company has been really about innovating since Dr. Shackley invented the first vitamin back in 1915. So over 100 years, this company has been innovating amazing products to help us feel better and live healthier lives. And I feel really blessed that my family has been involved for almost 40 years. My mom's Hannah, for those who don't know. And I've built my own business for over 25 years. And I love that this is a business that I get to stay home with my kids. I get to have the flexibility, the time freedom, and the availability to be able to volunteer and do what I want when I want, but still build a business and still make a difference for other people and help other people in feeling better and living a healthy life, as well as reaching their dreams and the business side of it. So really excited for what we're going to do. And we will start with, Mom, you can talk about stress.
Well, we really want to help you to become a calm, peaceful female in a stress-filled world. For a lot of us, definitely children and grandchildren are part of that. So, okay, so what does stress really do to your body? Stress hormones really increase as a result of this tiny little control tower in your brain. And it is really basically the same as the hormones that are produced from your adrenal glands for fight or flight. You've probably heard that in caveman days, that your body had to be able to give you that extra boost of strength when you were in danger. But even though we don't fight a caveman anymore, perhaps, there are lots of other things that we do have to deal with, and our hormones act the same way. And think about when you're under stress, your heart races, your breath quickens, your muscles become ready for action. And this response is really meant to protect us. However, when it fires day after day, it really is putting your body at serious risk. Next. So what does stress do to your body? Well, some of the results are headaches, heartburn, rapid breathing, increased risk of heart attack from all that stress, a pounding heart. Sometimes that can wind up going into AFib and things like that as well. Fertility problems for a male, it shows up more as erectile dysfunction. Depression or increased depression for people who have that tendency already. Insomnia, weakened immune system, high blood sugar, high blood pressure. Can you imagine all of these directly related to stress? In fact, Dr. Hans Selye wrote one of the first books about stress, and he says in there that every disease is stress related. And what happens is when we're under stress for too long, our cortisol level comes up. And that can actually lead to adrenal exhaustion, which causes another whole set of problems. Okay.
She's muted.
You're muted, Ash. Okay, there you go. Okay. So Would you like to be calmer? Well, wait, no, wait. Wait, we back up. Ash, 'cause
Sorry,
we wanna
I
have-
apologize for my technical difficulties. I apparently was sitting on my mouse and it kept flipping the screen, so I'm sorry. So
Okay.
we're gonna stop share for a minute and we're
Right.
gonna introduce Tracy to share her testimony. So Tracy, just remember unmute yourself and we're gonna have her share with us now. Thank you.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Tracy, and I'm going to share my Shackley journey with you. I was introduced to Shackley through Barb, who's my sponsor, and I completed the meology assessment. And like we were talking about supplements that are good for your body, I knew my my nutrient intake through my food was not very good, and I was sluggish and tired, and I knew I needed something else in my diet. So I decided to do the Prove It Challenge, which consists of, I did the Meology Prove It Challenge, which has the Meology vitamins, and then the 2 shakes a day and the cleanse. And I felt wonderful by doing that, first of all. But as we were talking about the Prove It Challenge, Barb also brought up the opportunity with me and of Shackley. And at first I was skeptical. I thought, you know, I decided to join because I was like, well, I have nothing to lose. It's only $50 to start a business, but I really wasn't planning on doing much with it. And in the back of my head, I thought, well, this probably isn't going to go anywhere because I have way too much on my plate. I am a full-time registered dietitian in long-term care. I have 2 kids that are very busy with sports, so I'm gone a lot, and I have 3 dogs and 2 pigs that keep me busy as well. So I'm always on the move, and I just thought it sounded good, but that I wouldn't be able to do something like this. But I went ahead and right away started reviewing the opportunity, and I realized that it was a great way to earn some extra money for trips for my family, for just extra stuff, sports fees, Christmas, etc. And I knew I could do this, but there was lots of things I was going to have to do. And number one was I was going to have to get organized, time block my week to allow for my Shackley business to grow. And when I started the Prove It Challenge, one of the things I was very interested in taking was the stress relief complex. And I take that very frequently. It gives me a calming feeling, but not like a tiredness. And it really helps on those busy, stressful days. I learned how in my day, I do have a lot more time than I think I do. For instance, instead of just sitting on my phone and playing on my phone while I'm waiting for the kids at practice, I started reaching out to friends and family to introduce them to Shackley and help them reach their wellness goals and start their own businesses for themselves. I also realized that instead of this opportunity being a burden or something else that's just added to my plate, it actually is relaxing and enjoyable. So I found it to be more of a stress reliever than a burden. And the reason for that is because it makes me feel good using the products for myself and my family. I get to help others. So instead of selling products, I'm just helping others to improve themselves. I get to spend time with other members of the Shackley community who are all encouraging. They make you feel good. So when I spend time with them, I know it's my stress-free time of day because I get to enjoy learning and sharing with others. And I get to make some good money. I wasn't sure how I would do, but I actually make pretty good extra money to be able to take my family on some little trips and just do some extra things that we didn't always have extra money to do. And I would really like all of you to do this as well. So with a little bit of organizing and restructuring of your free hours in a day, you can find joy starting your own business with Shackley as well. It can help you to be less stressed by giving you the feeling of accomplishment and working on yourself and making extra money for yourself or your family. So like I said, I didn't think this, I thought this was going to be something that was going to be more of a stressor for me. But overall, I've realized that my time with Shackley and the time I spend with Shackley is helps me to have more of a stress-free life than a stressful life. So that is what I have to contribute.
Well, thank you so
wonderful.
much. That was really great. And it's been so much fun watching Tracy because she does have a full plate even before Shackley, but she just knows that just by being organized and having the right attitude and belief, she's just excelling and really, really growing. And she's working on helping a lot of other people to get to do the same thing. So thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. That was awesome. Okay, back to our slides. Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to talk
Hold on.
more about, pardon me?
Here we go.
Now we're going to talk more about how to be a calm, peaceful mom in a stress-filled world. Would you like to be calmer? Say yes. Or raise your hand if you're muted. Would you like to be more patient and less stressed? Can you feel that there could be a great effective way to make this happen? You're open for that just by even being here tonight. In fact, I congratulate you for being here. That means you want to learn, you want to do better. So when we're talking about the various things that help us, you probably have already heard about the value of exercise. And they used to say 2 to 3 times a week. Now they say 5 to 6 times a week. And one of the things about exercise is that your body starts producing endorphins. And endorphins are a natural mood elevator. So that, of course, is a very positive thing. And if you don't enjoy cardio, because I don't, that's why I love Zumba. Or you could do another kind of dance if you don't like the kind of cardio that's on treadmills and out running. And if you like those, that's terrific too. But also yoga is a great stress reducer and a great way of relaxing yourself. And of course, we want us to do weight-bearing exercise because we know that will help keep our bones stronger as well. So there are many, many reasons of doing it, toning and staying flexible. You know that have you seen elderly people shuffle when they walk? Do you know that's because they actually have not exercised the ankle joint, and that joint becomes kind of fused. And so that's all they can do is shuffle. So there are a lot of benefits that you can get from exercise. I know Linda does Tai Chi, and there's just so many wonderful things that you can do. And enjoy 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Well, for some of us, we do just that. For some people, they kind of struggle with their sleep. Can you go back, Ash?
Sorry, it keeps jumping. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So you enjoy that good sleep. But if you aren't lucky enough to be able to have that good night's sleep, listen near the end when Ashley goes through solutions for you that are nutritional. I think you'll be real excited to hear that. People are giving us just raves about this. Another good form of reducing your stress is to meditate. There's transcendental meditation, but there are many other forms as well. So you find one that suits you and feels good, but by doing that every day, it's unbelievable. They say that, I wish I could remember the statistic, when you meditate for 10 minutes, how many hours of sleep that's equivalent to. I mean, it really can make a big difference. Excuse me. And then having me time, as busy mothers, women, grandmothers, one of the things we seldom do is give that important me time to ourselves on a regular basis. And what do we mean by me time? Well, what do you think? What do you like to do? Think of the things that make you feel good. For a lot of people, it's massage or spa treatments, just having quiet time. Maybe you've heard about the new places you can go to where you actually float and how that reduces the stress. Having lunch with a friend or having coffee. For some of us, it's going shopping, which I haven't done much in the last 2 years. And that was really hard since I love to do that so much. And so think about what you like to do. What me time would you want to have? And you want to plan that in your schedule too. And learn to Swiss cheese your time. We had a course we took one time on time management. And one of the greatest things I got out of that is learning to Swiss cheese your time. Sometimes we don't have an hour or 2 hours or whatever it takes to complete a project, whether it's a household project, whether it's something to do with business, something to do with your work, completing household duties, whatever it is. But rather than trying to wait till you have big chunks of time, you take those 5, 10, 15-minute chunks that are between picking up the kids or between cooking dinner or going out, whatever it is that you need to do. You can get so much done in just a few minutes, and that will really help reduce your stress because you're going to feel that much more efficient. And this is one that's really interesting. The importance of listening and not just hearing what your household members say. That could be parents, children, spouses, whoever else happens to live with you. Really listen to them, because when people feel heard, you will automatically see stress reduced. Okay, next, please. So one of the things, I found this book some years ago. It's not a new book at all, but it is still the best book I have read about relationships. And I think we have all women on tonight. I do have to tell you, you will be so surprised if you haven't read this before or read something similar. A lot of what they say about women, you're going to say, yep, that's me. That's how I think. That's how I act. But the difference, how men automatically think, act, do, and so on, I think is very enlightening. And I think, therefore, when we understand why our spouse, partner, whomever acts the way they do, I think that really helps us. And then the very important one, of course, that we're talking about primarily tonight, and that's cleaning up our diet. If you happen to have a diet that is not quite as healthy as it should be, here's some good suggestions. Make sure that you have a healthy breakfast to start to fuel your day. And Ashley's going to be telling you more about that in just a bit. It's recommended to do a cleanse twice a year. It isn't something you have to do all the time, but just to get the body on a restart is really a good idea. But some of the things that we want to eliminate, processed foods not only are devoid of nutrients, but they also have chemicals in them that are not healthy for us. And our liver doesn't just dispose of everything that comes into it. There's a lot of accumulation in the liver. So we want to make sure that we're feeding our body foods that are going to help make our liver and kidneys very healthy. Martha Wilmore mentioned that last night, the speaker we were telling you about earlier, how important it is to have a good functioning liver and kidneys. Artificial sweeteners for many people can cause migraines or other kinds of headaches. And they are linking it to some other things that aren't so healthy either. And the same with the additives and preservatives. How many things do you pick up in a store that don't just have the raw ingredients, that have all these other additives and preservatives? And junk food, I know that sometimes it can taste great and we crave it, but one of the reasons we crave it, by the way, is because we've burned up our B vitamins from our stress. And then high glycemic foods do a real number on our blood sugars. And when it does that, when we spike that, that can really make a difference in our behavior, the way we think, how clearly we think, and so on. And eat more plant-based. Many of us are never going to go maybe totally to the vegetarian or vegan, and that's okay, whatever's right for you. But if we move more in that direction, as opposed to filling ourselves with those processed foods, can be a real plus. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. Dr. Lee Coyne, who came and spoke for us many, many years ago, and he just, oh my gosh, talk about somebody who was knowledgeable in nutrition. And one of the things he taught us is the best way to know how much water is right for you is take your weight and divide it in half, and however many ounces that is, that's how much water you should drink every day. And it does make sense that we all, you've heard drink 6 or 8 glasses of water a day. Well, it doesn't make sense that that could be the same thing for me at 100 pounds and somebody else at 300 pounds. It doesn't make sense. So I think it's a great idea, great rule of thumb to follow that. Okay, Ash? Now, another thing that will help you to be calmer and more patient and less stressed is what you do on your mind work. Truly, the power of our mind controls so much in our lives, from our happiness to our attitude, to how happy or sad we are. Everything really starts with our mind. In fact, a lot of disease as well. So what can you do? Read. Now, I love to read novels, but I know that sometimes that isn't giving me the information that I need for my head. So I also will read books that work on our head too. Self-help books, watch videos. They're all over the internet now. You can get those readily. You can listen to books instead, audiobooks, in other words. Go on and get podcasts or affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you make in regard to your own, how you want things to be, so that that's what you're focusing on. Visualizations, see what it is that you want. And one great stress thing that Dr. Bruce Miller gave us many years ago is when you are all stressed out and worried about something and it's just hanging over your head and you get obsessed about it, ask yourself, will I remember this issue 5 years from now? Because if the answer is no, then there's no sense in spending any more energy or time on that. I thought that's a great one. And know what you really want. And then when you do know what you want, cast that vision, see a visualization of it. Be aware of what message you're giving to yourself. That self-talk, we can hurt ourselves more than any other person could ever hurt us. So be real keenly aware of what you say to yourself. And then, of course, what we're talking about tonight too is supplementing with quality nutrition through Shaklee. And Ashley is going to just do a terrific job, I know, telling you more about that.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you. Those are some amazing ideas. And I know I try to do most all of them because I need them a lot. So I'm excited to share with you real briefly about some basic nutritional supplement ideas to help give you the best nutrition to help reduce your stress, because we know when we reduce our stress, we reduce a lot of those disease that we mentioned at the beginning, and everything from the heartburn to the blood pressure to weight to you're protecting your immune system to keeping you healthier, right? So what we like to talk about is we like to talk about starting with a great foundation. And that great foundation we recommend is our meology, because when you're building a house, you need a foundation, right? So when you're building your nutrition in your body, you need a foundation. So we talk about, you had heard Tracy mention that. Meology is you take a real quick, brief questionnaire, ask the person invited you for the link. It takes you 3 to 5 minutes. You answer some questions about about yourself and your health. And if you have blood work, you can put that in as well. And it will give you a really great assessment of nutrition made personal for you. So I brought this to show you. This is my meology. It has your name on it. And all you do is you open it up and you take your supplements each day. So it's real easy to
Ashley, you
remember.
might have, honey, you might have to go off the screen for a minute to show that, because you can, I can't really see you. doing
Yeah,
much with it.
well, and it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll show you real quickly because I don't want to keep anybody, but it's a real simple, easy way to get your packs with your name. And what I love though is it's for each individual person. So it really takes all your things about your diet, your lifestyle, and for you, what would be the best nutrients for you. So this is a really great start to your foundation. And part of the Meology Prove It Challenge, also, you heard my mom mention the protein. So our Life Shake is the other part of that foundation, because it's a great, our body is made up of protein, our cells that we need a protein. So it's really important that we get protein at breakfast first thing in the morning. And the really awesome thing is that Life Shake is actually the best breakfast on the planet. It's easily digestible. It's an absorbable protein, plus it has the nutrients to make it a complete meal. And it's quick and convenient. And we have it in, it's plant-based. So you can have soy or non-soy, and we have different flavors. And right now we have a pumpkin spice for the fall, a seasonal, which is yummy. But it's really a great convenient way to start that protein first thing in the morning. And so that's we believe a really great start for your foundation. And then the added parts that we recommend our B complex. Do you know that if you get under stress, you can burn up your B vitamins in 14 minutes or less? Gone. So we all need B complex. And it really is, we kind of say it's like it turns everybody into Mother Teresa, because it just kind of is the happy food vitamin, helps to reduce stress, helps to reduce cravings as well. And any female issues like monthly issues, things like that, it does help with that as well. Lots of great benefits from Bs. And ours is a complete B complex. It has all the B vitamins in perfect balance. So it's a calm energy. Also, we're going to go to Osteomatrix, which is the really great calcium, because calcium is a natural relaxer. So it really helps to just relax your body. It's also a natural acid reflux, helps with that as well, as a side note, but so many other things as well, protecting your bones and everything, but it's a natural relaxer. So it's really a great addition. If it's not in your immunology, it's a great addition for that. Then we talked about sleep. And here's a picture of it, and there's a spelling error, sorry. But Dream Serene is a brand new product that we just came out with, and it is so awesome because it has this whole blend of nutrients, including melatonin and valerian. And what it does is it helps you to fall asleep faster, and it helps you to stay asleep, but you wake up not feeling groggy or blah. You wake up feeling great and energized. And it has done wonders for my daughter, who sometimes have trouble falling asleep. I love it when my mind's racing. It helps to just calm your brain and helps you to relax and sleep. So really love that, as if sleep is an issue for you, to add that. And then probably one of my all-time favorite products is Stress Relief Complex. And Stress Relief Complex, the really great thing is, I'm going to tell you in a minute how you can get this for free. But we can't run out of stress relief in our house, because all 5 of us, my husband, myself, and my 3 kids, all take stress relief, sometimes more than one a day. Because the really great thing about stress relief is when you get under stress, your cortisol level goes up, as we talked, and it actually increases your belly fat, side note. And so what this does is this helps to blunt the cortisol reaction in your body. So within 30 minutes, you generally feel calm. Do you ever feel like, oh my gosh, I got to make this phone call. I got to do the laundry. I got to go pick up the kids. I got to clean that. Oh, I got to dust that. Oh, I got to go put away this. I have to pay the bills. I mean, you just have all these thoughts in your head. I am telling you, I go and take a stress relief, and it's like, and I can focus on one thing and get it done well, and move on to the next. And I will tell you, we have dealt with a lot of anxiety in our house, and Stress Relief Complex has really been amazing for my children. And when they are studying for tests or they're feeling overwhelmed, they come and say, I need a stress relief. I mean, now they're older and they go take it themselves, but it really is amazing how it helps all of us. And it's just one of those things that is such a natural calming product that I love. Okay, so those are the nutrients we recommend. And when I talked about the Prove It Challenge, the really great thing is if you do the Prove It Challenge, you get the Meology, you get 2 cans of Life Shake because it's 28 servings. You also get a free box of our 7-day healthy cleanse. And you heard one of the things in helping you reduce stress is to detox cleanse twice a year. And so this, you get it for free, and we help you run it and we help you go through it, but you get this for free, the healthy cleanse in these packs. And so we do recommend this as a great base for everyone to get started. This is $159. It includes all of that. It also includes a free membership, which is a $19.95 value. What that is it just helps to give you 15% off your products, as well as gives you some other benefits, and you don't have to renew it or anything either. You get free shipping on over $150. You get, like I said, the free cleanse, and because of this event, we are offering, for the next 2 days, if you place your order in the next 2 days, you will also get a free Stress Relief Complex. So if you would like that, let us know and we can help you get started. And you can get things individually as well, and we can help you with that as we go. And then if you like what you heard about how this business can help you earn a little extra and help other people, and there's so many other great benefits for this business side. Tracy had talked about how it was just $50 to start the business. The really cool thing is right now it's actually half off. So it's only $25 to join the business part. And you can earn double commissions through December 31st, up to $1,000 a month. So it's a really great way to earn some extra money at the end of this year. And then if you like what you hear and you refer other people for the Prove It Challenge, you can actually receive a referral bonus. And if you, I don't know if anyone brought a guest tonight, but you can get a free vitamin D3 if you did. And we do have other events that we will also be offering those as well. So those are our specials. And Mom, you want to finish us up?
Well, you did a great job of doing just that, Ashley. I think that really, honestly, I think that if we can help people to feel calmer and less stressed, it's going to lead to much less disease, much happier people. And it's really up to us to be able to do that. And for those of you who are already in the business, I know you know that. For people who are on this call for the first time and you're thinking about using the product yourself, great, that's terrific, because that's the whole purpose of this is to help you to do so. But if you also know that you like to earn a little extra income, or like where Tracy started talking about that some of the things that she's getting to do that are a little bit more serious than just a little extra income, or you really want to make it a career income. I love the fact that there's a place in Shackley for everyone. And you know, crazy lives people often lead, in 10 hours a week, we can show you how to have a very successful business. So if you'd like to get started on the products and get all those freebies that Ashley just mentioned, you know, contact the person that invited you to the call. And if you know you would like to take advantage of becoming a distributor and getting it for half price and getting double commissions between now and the end of the year, I mean, that is absolutely awesome. I can't tell you what that can amount to. You can bring in another, you could conceivably between November and December have another $4,000. And that's pretty good when just starting something out for a short period of time and that few hours a week. So hope you decide to join us in whatever way is comfortable for you. And thank you so much for being with us. And will anybody have any questions? We'll be happy to answer those. Anybody
Thank you,
have
everyone.
any questions from anyone?
And if not, be sure to ask the person that invited you for their link to be able to take the meology assessment, and they can help you get started in any way that you're ready.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you all so
Thank you,
much.
everybody.
Very good.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And Tracy,
Okay.
thank you. You did an outstanding job, honey.
Yeah,
That was great.
that was
Thank you all.
wonderful.
Thank you all. That was great.